we'll just go to the next topic.
Yeah. Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so next up, you know what I'm saying? We got Wiggy Wiggy. Y'all know Wiggy Wiggy. She do the flyers, you know what I'm saying, for everything that I've done. You know what I'm saying? She keep us fly with the, you know what I'm saying, with the graphic tees at killercrew.redbubble.com with the keys. You know what I'm saying? Tell the people what's going on with your Wiggy Wiggy.
Stella or Wiggy Wiggy if your name is Marcus. I'm Australian. I'm a single mum. I don't really know what else to say about myself. I love doing creative stuff. Research, flowers. I DJ a little bit.
Okay. Well, Miss Wiggy Wiggy, your topic
Oh dear.
is challenges and stigma. You know what I'm saying? What unique mental health challenges do women face, and how can society better support them? Then, how do you believe stigma around mental health affects women differently than men?
Well, I think the challenges that we face as women when it comes to mental health is particularly when we're mothers, we don't have time to really think about our own mental health. Really, when you're a single mother, you don't have time to think about your physical health that much either. You're just focused on your kids and your kids' mental health and your kids' physical well-being and what's best for them. And so I think that that's a challenge. I mean, I know that there's dads that are single dads that, have the same thing going on as well. But yeah, as the mother and the nurturer and things like that, then our mental health is kind of last on our priority list. Which is not good, because sometimes when we're bottling things up and not actually dealing with them, it's going to explode eventually, isn't it? As for the stigma part, to be really honest, the stigma part, that we do have it a little bit easier with men than men do. I think that men are very much taught that they're not allowed to have emotion or express emotion, whereas we have a little bit more leeway with that. As I was saying though, as a mother, yeah, you have to worry about your kids first, and not yourself, it's really, really hard. And that's something that I've struggled with a lot over the past couple of years. I was in my marriage for like 17 years. So it was my entire adult life pretty much. And then having to go through the breakdown of that by myself and having to still get up every day and show up for my kids, even though I felt terrible inside. But I couldn't show my kids that. Like sometimes I would be cooking them breakfast with sunglasses on because I didn't want them to see that I'd been crying. And my daughter would be like, "Mum, why are you wearing sunglasses in the house?" I was like, "Don't you think I look cool with these sunglasses on? What do you mean?" But yeah, it's really difficult as a woman and as a mother to deal with mental health stuff. I think just all of us supporting each other and being there for each other and listening to each other is definitely helpful though.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, excuse me. Kimber, what you got for us? We gonna work our way down, Savvy, so you gonna be the last one this time, Savvy.
Well, it says challenges and stigmas. I feel like for me, I would have to say not being taken seriously, like about like anything, and feeling like I really don't have a right to my own self. I feel like I'm somebody else's property because, I'm told like I should have kids, what I should do with my body. If I have mental health issues, that every woman goes through that, it's normal when I'm literally like diagnosed with something. And sometimes being told like, oh, you're just on your period, when like legit, like, nah, you're just being an asshole. Like, sometimes just not being taken seriously, like, at all, just because I am a woman, like, and women are overly emotional, and you don't know what you want. Like, you don't want kids. Like, are you sure? You're still young. You don't know what you want. You want kids. Like, I know what I want. I know what I want to do with my own body. I think I know. Like, so I feel like that's something that I often have to like fight today with, like, because my family is like very old fashioned, and being so vocal about me not wanting to have a baby, and me being so like fucked up, like, and you're just emotional. It's like, I'm not emotional. Like, I have trauma, actually, like, and that's the reason I'm so fucked up. Like, and I have a right to feel how I feel. And the reason I don't want to have kids is also because of my trauma. And I also have that right too. Like, I know what I want because I know what I went through. Like, and I hate not being taken seriously about it, because like it's my right. And yeah, that's just like the stigma. Like, I just feel like I'm just not taken seriously, like, about my mental health. Like, it's always like, oh, you're just having a breakdown, or you're being overly sensitive. Like, no, like, these are topics that I should be overly sensitive about, because you're trying to tell me what I want for me, and I know what's good for me. Like, I'm telling you what I want, you're just not listening. That's it.
Okay, okay, okay. Saray.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, my bad.
what unique mental health challenges do you have? Just being a woman, period. We're just a woman. That's what we face. And how can society better support them? Society could better support us by actually having value in women again. That's how society can help support us. Instead of always trying to find a way to eliminate us, you could actually acknowledge us and know where life comes from and value that. Stop trying to distort what a woman is and make everything that we go through supposed to be subservient to everybody else's supposed challenges. Everybody has a mother in here, correct? We can all agree that we came out of a woman, and we came out of a womb, or we were nurtured in a womb, correct? This is all from a woman, like trees that produce fruit, right? That is a female. So society can better help women by actually acknowledging us as women,
My bad.
and not making us feel crazy or feel out of place or moving us out our spot. That's how society can do that. Our men, in whatever demographic, Black, Hispanic, Caucasian, whatever, our men can start valuing us and seeing our worth, not only when the only time you see us is when we're bringing your lineage into this world, literally losing half of ourselves, possibly our life, bringing your life into this world, showing value in us again, and not taking it as, oh, women just want to be in charge. No, the hell we don't. No, we don't. At least I can speak for myself. I don't choose to be dominant. I don't choose to be alpha. It's what you have to do. But everybody has to live this life alone. Who else is going to wipe your ass and wash your dishes and take out your trash? I just want to know. So because I'm independent does not make me masculine. I'm a woman and I'm a human being. The fuck, who else? Okay, I'm going to sit here and just wait for somebody to open a door or do anything for me. Now, when that person comes in, then that's the training for me to know how to allow him to take some of that homework out my book bag. But I still got to do some work. I'm never alleviated from my job as a woman. So when society can value and find its value back in its women, with the ovaries and the uterus. And, when we can do that again and and society and our men take some of this homework out our book bag so we could be in our feminine, so we can have our yin and our yang, so we can have our balance again. Maybe our mental health as a woman will kind of decrease a bit, because right now we on 10, really 1,000, because then you have to understand, not taking away from the jobs of a man, but as a woman, being a nurturer and being the caregiver. We're your nurse, your doctor, your teacher, your spiritual advisor. We're all these things for you and ourselves whenever we can find time for ourselves. Whether, even if you're a single mother, whether you're a single woman who's in a relationship, if you have another entity, another being, another person next to you for you to have to exude and share your energy, your time, thought, soul, power, and everything, then that's a lot coming from you, because we are givers and we are receivers as a woman. So we need our men. That's what we need. Nobody said, oh, I'm independent and I can do. No, I have to. But buddy, when you step in, I promise, I promise, you can open all the doors you want to open. You can pay for all the meals you want to pay for. You can walk on the side of me, on the outside of me. You can protect me. You can handle that, please, so I can let some of that go off my brain and I have room for some other shit to do that can enhance us. Because again, I am a woman and I multiply. I multiply your sperm. I multiply the groceries that you buy. I multiply just your loving that you give me. I'm going to multiply that by 10 to where your house is a home. So that's how society can help. Instead of pushing the whole agenda of we don't know what the fuck we are, on top of the mistreatment on both sides, men and women, of not knowing how to be together, and we can get our yin and our yang back and get our engine well oiled again so we could be in motion. Right now it's nothing but division. But that's how society can help. How do I believe the stigma effect is I pretty much wrapped it all up in one. We are women. I land there.
Oh, okay. MJ.
Again, I agree with all the ladies that have spoken before me. I just want to piggyback off of what Kimber and Saray said about as far as the unique challenges that we face as women. One, being told what we can and cannot do with our body, and two, just not being viewed as a suitable candidate in positions of power. Meaning, look at how often the abortion laws have been changed, telling women what they can and cannot do as far as bringing children into the world. Depending on the circumstances surrounding a pregnancy, you are telling this woman that she can or she can or cannot choose to end life or give life based on her decision, on her circumstances. And also it's evident in our current presidential election, where people are simply not going to vote for someone just because she's a woman. So if that doesn't tell you right there that women are not taken seriously, that's just a prime example. Some people just don't want to see a female running the country, and that's the only reason why they won't vote for her. Society can support them better by just allowing people to, one, make decisions that suit them best, and to support a candidate based on their character, not based on their gender. I do feel like the stigma around mental health affects women differently than men, even though I feel like each gender has their own set of challenges to face. I just feel like women are not taken seriously in this country, and therefore their issues may be looked at as less than those of a man.
Okay. Coco?
Okay. So I do agree with what everybody else saying. I'm a I feel like some mental health challenges women face are like having competition between each other. I think that's why a lot of women go out, they go get BBLs, they wear all this makeup all the time. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with makeup or anything. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. But a lot of women, I just feel like we are all, well, not we, I'm not going to say we. A lot of women are in competition with each other. Like, you can't even have friendships without having competition. You know, we supposed to be there helping each other because we feel like we're not valued. Why not value each other? So people see us valuing each other, you know, it's gonna make them want to value us as well. You know, so I just feel like society can better support women. Just I think that society, they just look at certain cosmetics and you know just certain stuff. They praise women with big butts and they make women like natural women. They cause them to look at themselves and sit there and say, "Oh, well, I want to go get that done." Like, why not just be your natural self? Love on yourself for who you are, you know. So I think that that's how society can support us. And do you think the stigma? Um, do I think that it affects women differently than men? Um, I don't know. I guess, yeah, because men wouldn't understand because they're not a woman. So of course it's gonna affect them differently. Um, yep.
Okay. Miss Pris, how you doing down there? What you got for us?
Okay, well, I'm not crying anymore. Okay, so just
It's all
no
good.
alarm
It's
and stuff.
all good.
I'm good.
No judgment. You good.
Sorry. Anyways, one thing I guess a mental health challenge that I haven't heard mentioned that I actually dealt with for just a brief moment was postpartum depression when my little girl was born, and the way that it affected me was that I had basically convinced myself. I didn't sleep for like 3 or 4 days straight. I was literally going crazy from lack of sleep. But don't worry, I was with my in-laws. My in-laws are doctors. So my mother-in-law was actually my nurse, and she was there with me and helping me through everything. For me, I had convinced myself that if I went to sleep, I was going to pass away in my sleep, and my daughter wouldn't have a mom, and I couldn't go. I just wouldn't sleep. And I kept telling my father-in-law that I kept Googling everything. Like, oh, there's fluid on my lungs from the surgery, and I can't breathe, and and it was ridiculous. And I kept having, because I wasn't sleeping and because of all the stress that it had put me under, I caused my blood. Dude, I sound crazy as hell. I'm so sorry. I'm really an actually very put together person. Just deal with me for 1 second. I had caused my blood pressure to go really high, so I would have like these little moments where I was passing out. And my husband went and got his dad one night because I caused my blood pressure to go sky high. My father-in-law came in the bedroom and he gave me this little white pill, and he was like, "Go to sleep." And I don't know what it was, but I took it. It knocked me. I went to sleep. I woke up feeling fresh like lettuce, and was now ready to tackle on that. But I think that postpartum depression is still very stigmatized, and people, moms, they don't want to talk about it because you feel guilty. You feel so guilty for some of the just all of the craziness that's going on inside your head, and you feel like you can't tell anybody because they're going to judge you, and no one's really going to care. No one's going to help you, and you feel like you're all alone. And so I think maybe the way like society can maybe help with that is, if you have a friend or a family member that has a baby, like, just check on them, right? Take them some food, show up for them, call them, maybe, offer to come over and watch the baby for a little bit while they can nap or whatever, especially if they're on their own, because it really does take a village. And I think having those little breaks and just having a support system really helps. I have heard of men having, or I don't know if I guess it's postpartum depression. I have heard of them maybe having some symptoms of that as well. I don't really know much about it, but anyways, I'll stop talking. That's it.
Okay. All right, Savvy, what you got for me?
Yeah, this one I definitely identify with. Hang on, I'm just getting my camera back up and going for you guys. So I think the challenges and stigma, what unique mental health challenges do women face? I think the most prominent one is no matter what, everyone blames the mom. How many times have you seen a kid act up? And the first thing that everyone says is, well, that's because his mama didn't raise him right. It's like, you never say, well, that's because the daddy didn't raise him right. It's always the mama didn't raise him right, or your mama didn't teach you. No sense. So it's like, once you become a mother, it's like you have like this omnipotent power to somehow control all of these people's lives. It's like, no, yes, we are moms. Yes, we play a significant role. But if a child chooses to act up and act wild, we might have been the best, most homegrown trad mama ever, and they still acting crazy. It's like, so I think that pressure that society puts on mothers and women in general is so different. We experience motherhood and raising children in a completely different capacity than men would. Also, the loneliness, feeling that we have to please everyone. Men are not raised to please everyone. We are. You can ask every woman on this panel, and I bet everyone would say, yeah, we were raised that we're supposed to be, you're supposed to be nurturers. You're supposed to be caretakers. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. Not one of us was raised with anyone telling us you're supposed to take care of yourself. That message we had to learn. So that is another significant challenge, right? How can you better support us don't wait for us to ask for help. I have been saying this for years. Okay, I've been in the online streaming community since 2021. By the time someone breaks down, all the warning signs are there. Don't wait for your friend to call you. Call her. Don't wait for your wife to cook the dinner. Ask her, hey, can I get this for you? Is there something I can do to help? Sometimes all we need you to do is listen. Sometimes we just need a venting session. I call it my henpecking sessions, where I call my girlfriends, like, I'm having a henpecking session tomorrow. Me and my girl Gina are going to get together, and I need to make that contact with another woman in my life, so we can build each other up. Give us time to do that. I can't tell you how many women we've all expressed, all of us, that we don't have the ability to take time to do things for ourselves. We have no help, and we're afraid to ask. We're not going to ask. I am never going to pick up the phone and ask a male friend or a female friend for help. I'm not going to do it. I don't know how. I suck at asking for help. Okay, so I tell my friends this. I'm verbal with it. I'm like, you guys know I'm a blabbermouth. If I'm quiet, you need to come get me. Something is not right. Something's not right if Savvy is quiet. Like, that's when you should be scared, is when I'm not talking. It's like, you should be shaking my shoulders like, girl, is you good? Is you good? Because you quiet over there. What the hell's going on? So, there's certain moments in my life where, and I don't know if other women have done this, but I think we hide our emotional state from our families and our children, especially because we're afraid that we're going to burden them. We don't want to bother them. We don't want our children to see mama falling apart. There's been days where I know myself, I have hid in my bathroom and ran water and turned on the shower and music so my son doesn't hear me sobbing. That's the truth. So women have been trained to take care of everyone except themselves. Most of us don't know how. We don't. We just don't. I admit it. I'm 47. I'm still learning how to take care of myself. I don't know how. How do you believe, I'm reading it, Marcus, I'm sorry. How do you believe the stigma around mental health affects women differently than men? Well, what I stated before, women are supposed, like we're supposed to fit into this very narrow system of how a woman is supposed to act, how a woman is supposed to look, what type of job she's supposed to have, what type of mate she's supposed to pick. Like legit, like no one tells a man what type of wife he's supposed to go and get. Men have the freedom to date and marry whoever he chooses, and nobody's fussing at him. But let me go pick the wrong man, and it's well, you females picking these wrong ninjas out in the street. That's your fault. That's your fault. Nobody tells the men if they have a psycho baby mama. Well, you out here in the street picking these wrong ones. It's like, it's so unfair, like the playing field. It's like the degree of perfection that women are supposed to hold on to is like, and then you wonder why we have mental health problems. Are you serious right now? Like, we're supposed to be like, the society holds us to this degree of perfection. You got to have your hair done. You got to have your nails done. Oh, what kind of shoes are you wearing? Oh, you're a mom and you're dressed like that? That's what you pack for your kids' lunch? Oh, she came to work like that? I mean, it never ends. It never ends. So yeah, that's how you can help us. Stop with the narrative of what I'm supposed to be as a woman and just accept me for who I am as a woman and leave me alone.
On. Okay. Look, Jamie just came in here. I know you got to see the rest of the battles. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure they was probably fire. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep it moving. You still get a topic, Jamie, since you still got a hand timing up and it was a spot open, you still get a topic. But we gonna keep this thing moving. We gonna go.
Oh, I wanted to answer.
Oh, okay.
You didn't mind the first one, just the first part. Because I just had something to share. Hi to everyone on the panel. When it says what unique mental health challenges, well, I can't see, friend.
Oh, my
Get
bad.
in the way.
I forgot.
What unique mental health challenges do women face, and how can society better support them? I feel like for me, a young lady who had, I was pregnant at 18, had my daughter at 19. Then I had my son at 21. Then I had my youngest at 23. When it came to my mental health as a young parent, as a young woman, and I don't know if it's all races, but I know in the Black community, once I had my child and I was going through mental health issues, and I didn't even take a consideration, because when I was telling them, like I don't feel good or I'm not feeling right, and I didn't have the language to express. You get what I'm saying? So this was like 20 years ago. I didn't have the language to express. But my parents, everybody was just like, well, you made your bed and lie in it. You know what I mean? So I had to learn, like, my nigga, what is this word? Oh, okay. I'm postpartum, depression? And it got to the point where I couldn't even decipher if it was, because everything was just so sensitive. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, my shape was fire. I had a bomb body. Don't get me wrong. But then I went through all these changes, which is normal. You know what I'm saying? I had these stretch marks. It was so bad where after I had my baby, I couldn't even I didn't even like looking at my body. So that played an effect on me, my mental health, or when my baby was crying, like I really didn't know what to do sometimes with my child. So I had to figure that out. That was like a lot. And this is just outside my daughter's father not being there, because we just focus on mental health, how a woman is in a relationship with the father not being there. just going through our body changes, just having that support. So I didn't have that support as a young mother because it was just like, well, this you brought it on yourself. You know what I mean? And I'm like, nigga, I'm dying in the inside still. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going through it. So I think we should still support our young mothers. You know what I mean? Even when they going through it, just talk to them and stuff like that because yes, they did it or whatever, but they still need that nurturing. They still need, women who've been through it, who've experienced to say, okay, this is how you can better help your mental health. Because we forget that once we taking care of our kid. I ain't even having no time I'm telling you, I went from doing my thing to my daughter was one of those kids where she slept during the day. And old school parents was like, you gotta change your per schedule. No, that nigga, she like to be up at nighttime. My daughter still like that to this day. She like to be up at night. So I'm literally, my baby was around midnight. I wasn't getting no sleep. So imagine how that was affecting me at 19. You know what I'm saying? And I still gotta be there and be alert and go to work and be there for my child. So my sleep pattern was off. So, just even with those challenges, I wanted to shock. So I'm just like, we should still support our young, women after they have, children, even though they're young, don't leave them to the wolves. And then how do you believe stigma around mental health affects women differently than men? Actually, I feel like sometimes women, I think we get more support than men. I'm sorry. I think we do. You know what I mean? We have the ability. I just met Savvy EBT Queen. I don't know her like that, but I could be like, girl, I'm going through it. And she gonna automatically be like, you know what I'm saying? Console me. But men don't have that. They don't have that where they can open up. I even have my young son. I'm like, son, you could cry it out if you're going through it. He like, mama, that's gay. But I didn't teach him that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, son, you still can open up, So I just think that men don't know how to, even if the resources are there, they just won't do it. I think women get more support. I don't know, that's just me. But I think that we get more support. We can be more comfortable. For men, it's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just it.
Okay. So next up, you know what I'm saying? Hold up, let me get the mean on the I'm talking about. I ain't gonna lie, this little poet, all right. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie, this thing all right. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even
I told you
gonna
I was halfway done and my eyes was like bloop. I was like, wait a second, this thing kind of strong. Then I put the ice and it got stronger. I said, wait a second, this thing magic.
You better slow down.
Magic.
bottle left. You know what
Tell
I'm
him you better
talking
slow down.
about? All right.